We're going to talk about Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings because right now we know Kirk is the man in Minnesota. He's going to be their quarterback, but they drafted a new guy in Kellen Mond in the 3rd round with the 2nd pick in the 3rd round, which was originally the Jets pick, but they got that pick with the Elijah Vera Tucker trade. And the question is, can Kellen Mond be a franchise quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings? Kirk Cousins said that when they drafted Kellen Mond, there was communication, good communication within him and the organization about it. And he said Kellen's been picking up the offense quickly, and he's been great. And he also, quote, said that he's going to be an open book. He said, you're an open book. You're helpful, and you're there and make yourself available, which is music to every fan base's ears because we know a lot of quarterbacks are not like that. I think in this stage of Kirk Cousins' career, he's going to be more of an Alex Smith mentor type of guy. Right. And I think Kellen Mond can be the first quarterback that's going to benefit from that, and I think he has a lot of talent. And Kirk Cousins also credited Rex Grossman for his development early in his career. But what do you think about it? Do you believe in Kellen Mond in the Minnesota Vikings?
Well, like...
You look like Kellen Mond.
Do I really?
A little bit.
I'll Google it.
Let's say word.
Kellen Mond has braids, too.
Say word.
Yeah, he does. Kellen Mond.
Let's see if I can blow this up.
If you're watching it on YouTube, let us know if Riv here looks like Kellen Mond.
Wow, that's a good spot on thing.
Now it's not loading.
It's him with the braids.
Yeah.
A&M QB.
He low-key does look like you.
Wow.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nah, they can't.
They probably can't. But they probably know what Kellen Mond looks like. But, go answer the question, Riv. Can Kellen Mond be the Vikings' next franchise quarterback?
Well, first of all, let me start off by saying you said everything I was going to say in terms of, Kirk giving the reign, tell him he's going to be an open book. So I think that, like you said, that's impressive. A lot of quarterbacks don't do that, especially when they feel like they're at the top of their game and they feel like they're at their best. Kirk Cousins having a phenomenal season as an individual for him last year. I think he threw for 4K, 35 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, I believe. Phenomenal year.
Yep, he did.
With Minnesota being as loaded as it is on offense, Kellen Mond not having to walk in day one like Joe Burrow did or Justin Herbert did or, even Tua for an extent, start his
Trevor
free year.
Lawrence is going to walk in
Yeah, like he's not going to have to walk in day one and be a starter like Zach Wilson, have to come in with all those expectations. He can sit, wait, watch the film, study Kirk, study his receivers, go through a coaching change. He can sit there and go through everything. So I think that's going to be great for him in a sense because, quarterbacks who learn for a little bit, we've seen that they've developed a little bit better. Guys who walk in, it's tough for them to walk in and go play. I think Kirk Cousins being as good as he is, I think this is going to help Kellen Mond in the situation that he's in. Can he be a franchise quarterback? I didn't watch much of Kellen Mond at Texas A&M, so it's hard to say. But looking like me, I think he can be that franchise quarterback for the Minnesota Vikings. I think Minnesota's desperately in need of a franchise quarterback. They haven't had one. I know Kirk is nice, but I don't think he kind of came late. I think they never really had that franchise quarterback.
Teddy Bridgewater for a little bit was that. I remember Christian Ponder. I remember the Christian Ponder days.
That's facts.
I did.
Yeah, but that was more AP days, just Christian passing.
No, that's
nice.
true.
Christian Ponder was.
He was good.
I don't know. I thought he was bad.
Bad as
bro. Honestly,
help me out. I'm blanking on.
Let's be realistic. His job was to pass.
They had Randall Cunningham too, I believe.
No. Jackson, was it Jackson?
Tavares.
Yes.
Their jobs was to hand the ball to AP and then hope for the best.
So their quarterback history,
they lost that obviously.
So the last 20 years of quarterback history is Kirk Cousins, Case Keenum, Sam Bradford, Teddy Bridgewater, Christian Ponder, Brett Favre. I remember the
Brett Favre days.
That was a movie.
Those were the days. Vikings years.
Those were the days. Brett Favre was
awesome.
Tavares Jackson, Brad Johnson, Dante Culpepper, and there was one year of this guy named Gus.
Dante was franchise for sure.
No, he's for Seattle's franchise though.
Oh no, it was. They had Randall Cunningham for 1 year, but they had Warren Moon. That's
okay.
He was good for them too.
Yeah, so I think getting Kellen Mond is dope for them. I think he can be the franchise quarterback. Getting a guy this young, also drafting their #1 receiver last year in Justin Jefferson, who we know is one of the best receivers in the league early at this age. Being that Dalvin Cook is still young, I think they have the potential to be definitely – Kellen Mond has the potential to be great in this situation because it's a great situation. He just has to continue to learn. But I think he can be their franchise quarterback.
Their best quarterback in franchise history is Fran Tarkenton.
Really?
Isn't he like
Better-
the 80s?
He played in the 70s.
better than Culpepper?
Dante.
Yeah. No, Frank Tarkenton, bro. He was
Bro, I'm telling you,
a legend.
Dante Culpepper was amazing on the Vikings.
Okay, but no, he wasn't like.
Bro, him and Randy were disgusting.
I mean, throwing it to Randy is like. Yeah.
So Frank Tarkenton, these are his accomplishments: MVP,
Hey.
first team All Pro, second team All Pro, 9-time Pro Bowler, Offensive Player of the Year, passing yards leader, passing touchdowns leader, and his number is retired by the Vikings.
Was
number
this in
10.
like Super Bowl 4?
No, this was in the 70s.
Super Bowl teens. That was
I think
teens.
was that? I don't know.
No,
Was that?
that was
Because
Super Bowl
they
4.
went to the Super Bowl 4 against Kansas City
What year was that?
Oh,
a minute ago.
What's a minute ago?
Bro, Super
the
Bowl
70s.
4? Yeah. Super Bowl 4 is dumb long
The Super
ago.
Bowl was in the 4 was in.
oh
the
yeah,
50s.
they did.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Word, I thought so.
They lost.
Wow, they lost.
That
right?
might be the only Super Bowl I think they've been to 2. Don't quote me. So regardless,
They suck.
so the energy I had towards Love, I have to have towards Kellen Mond, especially since he was a later pick in the draft. Second round pick, Jordan Love was a top 15 pick. So
No, he was 26th.
First round.
Love
Just say
was
first rounder.
26th, really?
Yeah.
He's a
Oh,
first
I
rounder.
my bad. He was a first rounder. Regardless of that, like I said with Love, I'm gonna keep the same energy for Mond. I'm not gonna formulate a strong opinion until I see them have their first snap in the pros. That being said, similar to Love, he's going into an excellent situation. You get arguably the greatest wide receiver duo in the league in Thielen and Justin Jefferson. You have arguably the best running back in football on your team. Personally, I wouldn't say Dalvin's the best, although I love him beyond belief. He's awesome. They have a revamped O-line. Last year, Kirk ate on an O-line that was subpar, in my opinion. So I feel like with time, this O-line's only going to get better. With time, these receivers are only going to get better. Justin Jefferson was a rookie last season. He's going to his second year. Dalvin Cook's only 25 years old. This team is definitely young. He has the benefits of learning behind Kirk Cousins, who's had the experience, who's had success in this league. Last year, like he mentioned, he threw 35 touchdowns, which was a career high for him. Threw 13 interceptions, actually, which was the most, tied for the most that he's thrown in his career. But 13, I feel like that's not that much.
It's not.
I think he ranked 8th.
I think when you
most.
throw as many
Brady
touchdowns,
had,
it's cool.
exactly,
It's cool.
35, especially when it's your career high. Brady had more interceptions. Russell had more interceptions of notable names. And this was with
Russell was tied.
correct. But this is an O-line that was mediocre and a situation where he's the second option on that offense. It's Dalvin Cook, and then it's Kirk Cousins' passing offense. So do I think Kellen Mond has a chance to be successful? For sure, because he has the talent around him. Franchise quarterback, I'm not ready to go all in, especially because I haven't seen him take a snap in pro football. But it's definitely possible. I'm not counting it out.
Kirk Cousins is 32. His contract is up next year, which means Kellen Mond has 2 seasons to develop and to watch how Kirk Cousins prepares week in and week out. What I like about Mond the most is that he was a 4-year starter at Texas A&M, and when you are experiencing college and you've seen a lot of football, you're more prepared for the pros, in my opinion. And he has the coaching, he has the talent, so I think he'll be fine. He got better every single year at A&M. He was actually one of the top recruits out of high school, so this guy is very talented. He has a great arm. He has sound mechanics, even though there's this narrative that Kellen Mond doesn't have good mechanics, which I think is ridiculous. I think his mechanics look weird. Doesn't mean it's not good. He does have good mechanics. And at A&M, there wasn't much talent around him, and he was in every single game, mostly at A&M. I mean, he put the team on his back, and they had success with him. And I think Chris Sims was very high on him to this point. Obviously, everything Chris Sims says is not true, but to this point, his quarterback track record has been
Solid.
pretty good, and he has Mond over Fields, over Lance, and just behind Mac Jones, but he had him 4th on his quarterback list, and that's some really high praise when you put him over Fields and Lance, both guys who were in the first round and picked with top 15 picks. And right now, Mond hasn't been doing much in OTAs. He's practicing with the 3s, so right now I'm guessing he's a 3rd stringer. And I was looking at this the other day, but most quarterbacks in the draft that were drafted this past year are in good situations.
Yeah.
Trey Lance, 49ers, Justin Fields with the Bears. Say what you want about the Bears, but they have a coaching staff that is quarterback friendly, and Matt Nagy. They also have, I forgot their John DeFilippo is there as well. And they also have this other quarterback coach who is good. I forgot his name. It's slipping.
I got you.
And then you look at Mac Jones with the Patriots. I think the two worst situations are Zach Wilson with the Jets, and that's not even that bad, and Trevor Lawrence with the Jaguars. But most of these guys are in good situations.
John DeFilippo is the QB coach.
Okay, he's their OC is the guy then. He's an OC that's been known to work with
Bill Lazor.
Bill Lazor, yeah. He's been known to work with good quarterbacks in the past.
Lazor.
Tough name.
Tough.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think they're all in good situations, and I could very well see Kellen Mond being a franchise quarterback. I think in this draft, he was the sleeper guy.
So
I don't think Kyle Trask is going to be much, honestly, in my
He
opinion.
got drafted to the Buccaneers.
To the Bucs, yeah.
let me ask you a question. Okay, so where do you, let's say, hypothetically, I'm going to give you 10 years, right, from today, 10 years on. Where do you see Kellen Mond in this draft class?
In this draft class is tough, but I'll say
Like, if you had to guess.
But I definitely see him being a top 20 quarterback in the league.
No.
Just amongst the quarterbacks in this
coming
class.
in, like him, Fields, Trevor Lawrence, Zach, Kyle
Zach
Trask.
Wilson will be the best.
Okay, right.
Zach Wilson will be the best. I think this is a hot take. I don't think Lawrence is going to live up to those expectations.
Okay, so you got a two.
I really don't think Lawrence is that great. I'm gonna just be honest.
Who got a two?
Two, Trey Lance because of San Fran. Three is it's either Mond or Mac Jones.
Oh,
I gotta be
so you
honest.
got Mond.
Fields, I think, is right after that.
Really?
So you got Mond at 3 with him or Mac, and then Fields. Okay.
Yeah, I honestly really think Lawrence might flop.
And what about you, young buck?
I don't like his moxie.
I'm going to go.
You're annoying.
I'll show respect. I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence 1. I'll go.
No, screw respect. What do you feel?
I'm going Trevor Lawrence 1.
Okay, so you feel Trevor Lawrence is going to be the best. Okay.
Yes. You don't get scouted as the best quarterback ever.
His whole life,
for
right?
a reason. Exactly, for no reason. So I'll go Trev 1. I will go Zach Wilson 2. I'll go Justin Fields 3. It's low-key the order of the draft, unfortunately. I like it. It's Trevor, it's Zach, it's Trey Lance. I might lean Trey Lance over Zach right now just because of the situation. So Trev, Lance, Zach Wilson, Justin Fields, Mac Jones.
No Mond. Mond is not your 5.